guys, and welcome back to Bustani. Can you guys believe how far this house has come? I remember coming here when we were just in the foundation stages. If you guys don't remember, this is the house that is newly built, newly constructed by Fine Urban Real Estate Construction and Interiors from the ground up, meaning our client had a plot of land and they had an idea for a house and they were looking for the perfect company that would make their dreams come true. And guess where they landed? With Fine Urban, which is absolutely perfect because we were more than happy to come here and build them their dream home. So in this video, I just want to go through all the elements that we have in this house so far, give you an idea of a timeline of what it might look like if you're working with Fine Urban Real Estate Construction and Interiors, and also just kind of show off a little bit. Show off on the houses that Fine Urban constructs from the ground up. So when I tell you guys, call us, let us build your house from scratch, this is what I'm talking about. So let's go in and start the tour. Welcome to the foyer. On my left, we have the home office. This was a special request by the client, meaning we ensured that the size was going to be absolutely perfect for all their needs. It has a lovely big window in there, which is a common theme you'll see throughout. Even at the entrance, you've seen how much light is coming in, and you can tell by the designs that we have even here at the door that we want to put a lot of glass on this house, so we have that light following us in. We can clearly see the staircase. We will be going up in a moment, and immediately the foyer shoots up and you can start seeing glimpses of the stunning gypsum design that we have up there. But let's start with the living room. I am loving this design detail. It's another fine urbanism that I love seeing, whether we have multiple slats or just one slat. It's always such a great way to introduce a bit of a design detail, but also it's a great way to transition light. But I will say the next space that we're walking into does not need extra light because this house has been designed in such a spectacular way. And in this living room is where you start to really get a great understanding of the time and care that Fine Urban takes when it comes to designing a house that we're building from scratch. Space is usually such a huge issue because you'll find that some designers will kind of squeeze you in some areas to make more room for other spaces. But when you're working with Fine Urban, each one of your spaces is going to feel like you can roam around freely and you can transform it into the space of your dreams. So now we're in the living room, really big. Looks like we're going to have a fireplace here, but the stellar part of this living room has to be the double volume experience and the huge windows both at the top and the bottom over on this wall, and we can also see that replicated over here. And this is what I was talking about when I said the glass. We're going to put plenty of glass. When we were on the outside, I'm sure you guys noticed that you cannot see the inside of the house because we have this one-sided glass here, so we're getting plenty of lighting. You can see on the outside, but people cannot spy on your business. So we have a really, really big space here. You can see that we have our people hard at work laying down these magnificent tiles. I love that you guys are getting to see a glimpse of the colors that we're going for in this house. This seems like a cool tone gray. And then I'm just gonna carefully navigate on to the dining room. Guys, I don't want to mess up any work that's been done in here, so I'm gonna be extra careful. But you can see the ceiling is now gone to the standard height. Actually, is this the standard height or is it just a bit taller than the standard height? Because I can still feel the height of those ceilings. Very, very spacious. You can see that we have an open concept. So transitioning from the foyer into the living room was 2 steps, and then into the dining room, it's 2 steps again. Very, very easy to navigate. But we also have this huge door right over on this side. Plenty of light is going to be coming in, and then it's going to make this space so flexible, meaning you can open it up and really have that indoor-outdoor experience. You'll notice that for the gypsum, we're keeping it quite simple throughout. And now we are in the kitchen. So we have another spacious kitchen right over here. I can see what looks to be the makings of an island. Every time I see a provision like this, I'm like, That looks familiar. So this looks like we might have an island in here, but what I know for sure is we're working on that layout. You guys know when it comes to our kitchens, the backsplashes, the floor tiles, the countertops, and most especially all the cabinetry is very, very important to us because we make some of the best kitchens in Kenya. I have to have said that time and time again. And it's because during this entire process, as I'm speaking to you right now, I am so sure that our lead designer is somewhere out there just ensuring that we're getting the perfect materials of the highest quality and the most unique ones and the ones that really make our clients' hearts sing, so that when we're building out this kitchen, we're adding all these amenities that are going to be true to what they want to use their kitchen for, meaning we're going to be measuring out any oven that they want, any range that they want in their house, any microwaves, refrigerators. So when we're building our cabinetry, we're keeping that in mind. This kitchen also does have a lovely big window, so you definitely know we're going to have the sink in there. We have another simple gypsum design over there. So we're going to access some of the rooms from here, but you can see it through the navigation. It's also just easy to go through the other side to get here. We have back door here. Looks like we're building something back here. I'm not quite sure, but if I know Fine Urban, we're probably digging out some areas back there for water storage. But if you want to find out more, just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. So every time I come back and give you more and more details of how this beautiful house is developing, you can really get a keen idea of how this house will function. Now, walking down the hallway, we approach bedroom number 1. This is going to be a staff quarters. We have a big, spacious bathroom in here. Remember when I said that I've come across some houses where you'll have an issue of like squeezing certain spaces? SQs and bathrooms are one of those spaces that I find that people really, really squeeze. So as I'm walking through this property, guys, keep an eye on how spacious these spaces are. And this is why I'm telling you guys, let a designer design your house. Reach out to Fine Urban and we will design your house from scratch. Really spacious bathroom here. We have lovely big window. You can see it's frosted for privacy. And of course, when it comes to the layout, we have to make sure it's absolutely perfect, meaning we know where the sink is going, where the shower is going, and where the toilet bowl is going. But with all this space, you guys know that Fine Urban is able to create magic. Now, continuing into the room, another spacious room here. This is a standard sized room, meaning you can get like a 5x6 comfortably into this room and still have some space to get custom cabinetry. Remember, guys, I always say it feels like a luxury to get bespoke cabinetry, but it ensures that the quality is the highest quality that we provide because we're selecting the materials. It's our workmen, our experts that are working on them, so we ensure that it's going to last a really, really long time. And also, we're going to be fitting it to your room exactly, so nothing's going to be sticking out, so you're using your space to the most. You're using it to the best of its ability. We have another big window here, plenty of light coming in, nice, simple gypsum design. I love that we've been adding these touches of like rounded edges. So this would be like a rectangle, square kind of design, but having those rounded edges just adds another element. And also the fact that we have that little gap in there that I know will have like cove lighting in there that will just highlight it and make this room feel super warm. And also, of course, those classic Fine Urban centerpieces. Looks like our electrician has already been here. The plumbing and the electrical work has already been done. Looks like we might have a TV over there. You can see where all the sockets are intended to be. Now we're going to continue on down the hallway, which I have to say is very, very well lit because we have that back door. So it's pouring all this natural lighting. And you can see things like that I will point out because it just highlights how carefully Fine Urban really thought through the design of this entire house. You can even see the gypsum is chef's kiss. So over here, we have another room that we have the tiling down. This looks quite similar to what we saw in the living room and dining room. So I can tell that this house is going to have a very minimalist sense to it, a very classy sense to it. And you're gonna have this harmony throughout. So we have this small corridor and you enter the bathroom. You can kind of tell that these two rooms are mirroring each other. So the features are the same. We have this kind of floating gypsum design up there as well. And then when you get into the room, also very spacious. You can tell plenty of lighting is coming in, nice big windows, and simple gypsum design. Honestly, I love this color so much. It's so calming. I've always emphasized the point of like your bedroom is where you want to come in, shut your mind off and relax. So this color is absolutely perfect. And speaking of color, I am so excited to see the color choices that we're going to have as this property is going on. I'm so excited to see what we choose. But anyway, let's continue with the tour. As we continue down this long, lovely hallway, Oh, we're encountering more tiles over here, so I'm just gonna shimmy. And then down this way, I would love to take you guys into that corner, but you can see at the moment, we have a lot of things coming in. This site is just going so fast. So over on that corner, we do have a common bathroom, which is really easily accessible from the living room. So actually, let's just do that navigation. When I come back, I promise we will navigate everywhere. It's just like, we need to have all this stuff here so things keep moving. So we have the staircase. This has just been put down, so that's why we have so many supports. So we are going to find our way back into the living room. And ta-da, we're back. We're back at the entrance, but I promise you guys that our client is not going to have to do what I just did. These are just here for, you know, as you're getting the staircase made. And now speaking of the staircase, I think we're ready to approach them and go upstairs and actually really get into the bedrooms. And there's a lot, oh my God, wait until you see what we have in the master bedroom, because it is insane. Just when you think Fine Urban has done it all, we just go one step higher. So let's go up the stairs. When it comes to the staircase, it's classic Fine Urban through and through. We're looking at ease of movement. We want to make sure everything is nice and even. We want to avoid any accidents. This is where I say our motto, one of our many mottos. Safety is paramount. We love our aesthetics, but at the end of the day, this is a house that's being built for people of all ages to live in, to enjoy. So navigation is very important. So we have to ensure that the staircase is immaculate, it's perfect, and whoever's using it is going to have an easy time. So we have arrived at the landing area and we're getting the full effect of the double volume. So you can see down here, I don't want to get too close to the edge, we have the living room. You can see how those huge windows really play a part in lighting the upstairs area as well. I'm looking at the foyer. There's just natural transition of light from space to space. And another thing I really want to highlight about getting your house designed from scratch by Fine Urban is the navigation. Movement around your house is very important according to how you like to entertain or who you want to be able to see certain areas and not see them. So we really talked to the client and figured out the best way for them to be able to comfortably entertain while keeping private spaces private and then public spaces public. So from this landing area, you could go down this hall and access the family room from here. But I'll also show you another side. But while I'm standing here, I just want to take in the view from this beautiful arched window, tons of natural lighting coming in. And I love the fact that I can see from up here, we don't just have this design on the window, but if you look outside, that is what's over the entrance of the house. So we're also getting a glimpse into the pillars and the floral details at the top that have been meticulously handcrafted by our experts, and then the archway as well. It just creates such a regal feel when you step back from the house and you're looking at the facade. It just adds this really strong element of walking into a very luxurious home. So let's navigate back. And I know you guys are screaming, Cynthia, tell us more about this wonderful gypsum design. Of course, I am salivating as I'm looking up here. When we were entering the house and when we were in the living room, I did say you're starting to catch a glimpse of this design. It is so playful, but in such a Fine Urban way. We're still playing around with geometric shapes, but we've gone with things that have softer edges and really calls back to that archway that I've just talked about. So you're seeing how harmonious each and every detail is. And I just love that we were able to create so much dimension by still using very clean, simple lines, but just coming up with perfect designs. It's incredible. It's incredible. And of course, we're gonna have a centerpiece that is unrivaled. Year to year, project to project, our centerpieces seem to get more and more insane. So I really can't wait to see what our lead designer has chosen for this house. Now going this way, wow, how big is this space? See, I wasn't lying when I told you guys that when Fine Urban designs your house, you're gonna get spacious rooms, really, really spacious rooms. Like this is huge. We have a huge window. This goes all the way down to the dining, and you'll see once we get upstairs that it goes all the way up as well to another bedroom. We have a really nice gypsum design here. It seems like it's like a floating design. Would you call it that? You say it's like floating. It seems like it's suspended in the air, and then it has this layered effect as well. So you can see we have this section and then we have that section. Very simple, and you know those gaps are going to be highlighted by the use of lighting. I can already see like you have all these bits and bobs. Our electrician has been here. He's worked his magic, so we're just waiting to bring in the lighting and have this room feel really nice and warm and welcoming. Also talking about nice, warm and welcoming, we have beautiful tiles on the floor, harmonious with what we've seen downstairs. There is definitely a definitive story to this house. So let's take a look at the bathroom. Unique, very different shape in here, but looks like we're gonna have our shower here. We're gonna have, looks like we're gonna have 2 sinks over there. Interesting. That's interesting, is it? 2? I have a feeling we might shut one down. Maybe the placement. I have a feeling this might be the one. So we're gonna have the sink over there, toilet bowl over there, and what is this? Looks like we have plenty of space that we also have a provision for something else. Now this is not the first time we're gonna be seeing this. We're gonna see it multiple times, and I wanna challenge you guys who've been watching the channel for long enough to kind of guess what we might be having in an area like this. What would that provision be for? But while I'm standing here, let's take a look at the window. Nice frosted, big window. We have privacy, but we're still getting all that light coming in, and I think spaces like this really do highlight how Fine Urban is able to work with spaces of all shapes and sizes to make sure that your navigation and the use of that space is as effective as possible. Now this bedroom also has a balcony, have a door here, also helping with the bringing in of light. Here we are. Wow, this is quite extensive. And I'm looking up and I have a feeling we might encounter another balcony upstairs, but right now we're looking into the backyard. I told y'all we're up to something. I have a feeling, I truly do have a feeling that we are going to have some underground water storage back here, but I want to see what else we have planned, because if you know anything about Fine Urban, spaces don't just serve one function. We usually love to make a space multifunctional. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but when I find out, I'll make sure I come back here and I tell you guys, so make sure you're subscribed. Let's go back inside. We have so much more to see and so much more to explore. We're gonna follow these gorgeous white tiles. The dimensions have shifted because we had to cut them down for the space. But then when you get to these wider areas, you can see the full dimension, full color, gray veining, and white tiling. And then we have the other entrance into the family room. We're gonna have pocket doors, which is such a nifty feature for just space saving, and it's just gonna be really, really elegant to go in and out of the space using the pocket door, but also it means you can just close it up and make it a more private area. Remember what I was talking about earlier? That flexibility is just chef's kiss. But we are in the family room of dreams, and we're gonna get another twirl in this space. I've always said, find a room that is so huge, so spacious. I love standing in the middle to just demonstrate. It is so big and it is twirl worthy. This one has definitely hit the mark. I love how spacious it is. And of course, I am looking up at the gypsum design. Excellent, simple, geometric, but done to absolute perfection. Our experts, I'm telling you guys, our lead designer comes up with these ideas where he's like, this is the thing that we should be looking into, and this is what the future is holding, and this is how we can craft things that will last a lifetime. And that challenges our experts to be like, okay, we have to find a way to actually execute these grand ideas in the most perfect way possible, and that's how you get masterpieces like this. It's stunning. And then of course, we're gonna have a centerpiece, and spaces like this are really, really special because you have to think the whole family is going to be here. So what's that layout going to look like? What's the type of furniture a client would like? Would they want to have a bar or a kitchenette in here? What functions would they like for their family room? And that's really going to inform how we design this family room moving forward. But the features that are there now, you can see the multiple entrances. We have plenty of light coming in, and we have an outdoor extension as well. Let's see if we can access this. Yes, so you're going to be able to our client. Our client is going to be able to open these doors, walk out here and have that true indoor-outdoor experience. You can see there's no covering here. It's really sunny, so if you're indoors and you want to have more of an outdoor feel, this is the perfect section for it. And this is a great demonstration of that multi-use kind of element that Fine Urban bakes into its designs. And it's also such a great place to get a look at this house. Look at it. Like all the things I've been talking about on the inside, you can now clearly see them from out here. You can see the entrance that I was just talking about, those pillars, and the full effect that it gives from this angle as well. It is stunning. The facade of this house is unmatched. We can get a really good look at the molding around the windows and the doors. As we go up, we can get a good sense of the texture of the house itself and just the overall feel. Like one of those things that we like to kind of brag about is the fact that no matter where you go, where we have designed a house, you can always tell a Fine Urban house from a distance. And it's because of all the hard work and time and patience that it takes to craft a facade that will stand out but still kind of plays into the rules. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but this development that we're in right now has particular rules and regulations on how the facades of the house can look. But it was a really good challenge for a company to kind of be like, okay, so how do we add that Fine Urban touch while still staying within the parameters? And you end up with things like this that still stand out. I'm telling you, I could be standing like 100 miles away. I don't know how far that is, but I would pick out this house as a Fine Urban house, not only because of just the unique design, but that just those elements that I talk about, those moldings out on the windows and the doors, the dimensions of the windows, the type of glass that we've chosen. There's just certain things that I like calling Fine Urbanisms that are truly, as I said, baked into our designs. So up here, beautiful space for sitting outdoors, sipping on your pina colada. I don't know what people drink out here. I'd probably have a cup of tea or some water or juice or something, but it's such a great space. But now we're gonna go back inside. So now we still have more to explore. I'm gonna go this way, back to this corridor. Did I point out that we have another big window there, just pouring light and sharing light with that other window, meaning this will always, the space over here will always have a lot of natural light. But now we're taking a turn. Let's look at this side. So we have the laundry room in here, another room that has an echo, meaning it's really, really spacious. It's one of those spaces that you actually do have to talk to the client a lot. Actually, every room is a room that you should talk to the client about, but I think spaces like this are really sensitive in terms of, okay, what do you want to be able to do in your laundry room? Okay, we know washing up and drying some of your clothes, but like, do you want to be able to fold your laundry, organize it in a certain way, iron it in there? So how many moving parts do you want your laundry room to be able to kind of take care of and achieve? So we are going to design in terms of cabinetry and everything and spacing to ensure that it can achieve every single thing that our client would want their laundry room to achieve with the best of materials as always. Now we're gonna enter on this side where we have a bedroom. Now the bedrooms in this house have different sizes, different shapes. They're all unique in their own ways, but the thing that we ensure to do is give everyone enough space, not only to have the bed that they would want, but also to have enough space for cabinetry. You guys know we love customization, so each one of these rooms was already kind of planned out with that in mind. So whatever the dimensions of the beds that the client wants for each of the rooms has been thought of, how much storage they would prefer to have, so that when we're building it out, no one is having to shimmy around the bed or squeeze against the wall or not have enough storage in the room because we didn't accommodate for that. And also, I always say this, and I don't have this in my own house, have access to 3 sides of your bed. It makes it so much easier to make your bed. Like, it is insane how much easier it is, and you'll be encouraged to start your day on the right foot by making your bed if you're able to access 3 parts. So with space like this, I can see how easy that would be. Now, looking up, we have simple gypsum design. It just kind of sinks in at the top, and we're gonna have a wonderful centerpiece. We have big windows for natural lighting, and we have a bathroom where Really spacious. I can see on the floor, we have a lot of things going on, but we have the area for the shower already dug out, and we have the provisions for the sink and the toilet bowl in place. We have a small niche in the gypsum where we will be adding lighting just to set the ambience of the space. And now we're gonna, we can't step outside because there's work going on in here, but this bedroom does also have access to a rather long balcony, which has enough space to have a small table, a small chair out there to just sit and relax and enjoy. Now we're gonna keep following the corridor and go up some stairs. I have to say I love the whole experience of even entering this section because there's like a privacy that's been created with how we have that small corridor that leads you to these secret stairs, and then you come up here and it opens up, and it opens up because we have so much natural lighting. I promise you guys that you'll see so much natural lighting, and you're seeing it in every nook and cranny. Here we have this huge window. This is one of those houses where you will never have to even consider turning on a light during the day because you're gonna be getting so much sunlight. In fact, you might even want to put down the shears. You'll be like, there's so much natural light. Let me put the shears. Let me actually close up the shears a little bit. But now we are entering the most magnificent floor in this entire house. Okay, everything is gorgeous. Everything is wonderful. I love what we've seen downstairs, but this floor, just as always with Fine Urban, when it comes to the master floor, it takes the cake. So here we are. We have plenty of tile here, brighter. I can see it's white with gray veining, has a matte finish to it, and I can see that it's running seamlessly from space to space. So let's start over on this side. And I tell you guys, anytime you see a bare wall, just know Fine Urban has a big, big surprise in store. So keep an eye on this channel so we can come back and discuss. And when we're up there, we can also look at the gypsum, simple, and it will be highlighted by the use of lighting. Now, oh wow, look at this. How wonderful. Wow. This whole design, this whole room has so many little unique things. I'm like, this the way the ceiling juts up, it creates such an interesting shape. And of course, you walk in and you see this huge window with the apex up there. And this is the window that goes all the way down to the dining room. So on the inside, you can tell that it's going from floor to floor. But on the outside, you have this illusion of a seamless, like full glass wall effect. I love that we're able to create such illusions. It just adds a touch of elegance to the outside of this house and a touch of great natural lighting to the inside of this house. I just love how we've been able to fabricate everything and put in the glass and just have these incredible views. Whoever's gonna be up here is gonna really enjoy looking around at this beautiful environment. Big room. Can you hear the echo? I don't think you guys can, but there's a bit of an echo in here. It's quite big. I can't wait to see the furniture that we choose to put in here. I want to see the lighting fixtures. I want to see the soft furnishings. I'm super excited to see how this room turns out. And I love the continuation of the tile because it's really light and bright and really just encourages that sense of like freedom. I told you these are the types of rooms I enter and I'm like, I have to twirl because there's just so much space. So now let's go into the bathroom. Another spacious bathroom. We have the frosted window. We have great layout, enough space for great layout, meaning that door is not going to be bumping into anything. You're not going to be shimming from space to space, being like, okay, how do I navigate around this? It's going to be really simple. We have the sink over there. Looks like we're going to have the shower cubic over there and the toilet bowl over here. Looks like we have yet another provision, you guys. If you see an extra provision, it's not a sink. It's not a toilet bowl. It's not the shower. What is it? What is that provision for? I want you guys to tell me down in the comments what you think that provision could be for. Now let us go. This room also has a balcony. I'm going to be extra careful because we don't have any railings on just yet, but it is expansive. Okay. We have an expansive balcony. Let's go back inside. Great views. And of course, we have tons of scaffolding. Guys, it is an ongoing site, so please forgive us that everything does not look quite so pristine. But these are the beautiful parts of touring these properties, because you get to see them at this stage, and then you come back when everything is done and you're like, is that the same house? Yes, it's going to be the exact same house. Now we're reaching the end of the other wing. So this is the master wing. I would say most of the amenities here are designed to complement the master bedroom. So we're gonna start over on this side, but this is gonna be accessible to everybody in the house. We just wanted to have it in a more private area because it's supposed to be like a spa experience, not like a spa experience. It's supposed to be a spa experience. It's one of those spaces where you think of how many times you leave your house to go and seek leisure. We want to actually inject that into the houses we're building. So we built this space especially to have a steam and sauna room. So whoever is in this house never has to think of leaving the house. I was shooting with Sheila Moniga the other day, and she said on girls' days, they could just all come to a house. There was a different house in Runda. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch it. It's Dia Park. On the channel, but I'm standing here right now thinking of steam and sauna, and I go to the spa. I'm sure a lot of you guys do, and I'm like, oh, if I had this in my house, I'd never have to leave my house. I could just invite my friends over, and I have this built into my house, and you just enjoy for as long as you want without worrying. That just sounds like the perfect setup. Of course, we have a lovely big window with that triangle design again. And of course, inside there's a steam and a sauna room. So we're going to make sure that this is designed to accommodate all those nitty-gritty and all the things that you'll need. If you need towel storage, if you need extra like robes and stuff, if you need, I don't know, other bits and bobs, whatever you need will be able to fit in a room like this if it's designed for your house. Now, heading that way, we're following the simple gypsum design. I just love how exquisite it is. The lines are impeccable. The symmetry is awe-inspiring. I just really love it. Now we're entering, oh, it's another bedroom. How many bedrooms have we seen so far? I hope you guys are counting. If you've been watching this channel, you guys know I'm not the best at keeping track, but how many bedrooms have we seen so far? But this is another huge bedroom, unique design. I can see, I think at this point it gets quite easy to tell where we're intending to put things. Looks like we're gonna have the bed on this side, we have a window there, lighting coming in at the entrance, and then we have this main window, lighting coming into the bedroom, and then we have this nifty little corner here, which I think will be perfect to have like a reading nook, or even just cabinetry, but we shall see. I'm so excited to find out what our lead designer has in store in terms of how they're going to design the wardrobes and cabinetry throughout this entire house. But we also have another big window here allowing light to really pour into each and every angle of this bedroom. And let's take a look at the bathroom here. Say it with me. I think at this point we can say it together, right? We're gonna have the shower there, we're gonna have the toilet bowl there, and we're gonna have the sink right over here. Nice frosted windows, very spacious. I just have to show you guys the consistency in each and every space, and that is what you can expect when you're working with fine urban real estate construction and interiors. I had to stop. I had to, because this, let me take a step back, is the entrance to the master bedroom. How glorious! How big is this? You guys, this is a twirl-worthy space. If I have ever seen one, this is definitely twirl-worthy, so I hope we're all ready to do it. Let's twirl, let's twirl. What a wonderful space. It is so huge. This is such a big room, and I'm already seeing something that's getting me very excited. What is this I see? Is this a provision for maybe a sink? And does that mean that this room will potentially have a whole lounge area and kitchenette? Definitely, 100%. This is one of those rooms that you have so much space that I know a lot of people get overwhelmed with. And that's the beauty of what we do at this company, is the fact that you can literally hand us your piece of land, and all you'll have to do when we're done is move in with all your clothes. That's the only thing you'll have to do. If you give us the leeway and we work with you hand in hand and you give us your full trust, we're able to actually just deliver a house that is completely finished and done. So this is going to be perfect. I can see that we already have a space here for our fireplace. Looks like we're gonna have a screen over here. I can see so many bits and bobs in the walls. That makes me so excited because I can see where we're gonna have sockets and outlets and things like that. But of course, I'm trying my hardest not to just talk about the thing that captivates me about this room, which is the gypsum design. This is stunning. This is so stunning. It's so perfectly done. I know I say the word perfect like a lot, but I actually mean it. Like the lines are impeccable. They're so precise. And then just the simplicity of how it's just gently sloped in to create such a calming, soft design up there. And then our experts have just ensured that no matter what corner you're looking at, I am looking for flaws right now. I am actively looking for flaws. And I'm like, that looks like it was measured with a ruler. I'm sure there's a different tool that they use on site, but that looks insane. It just looks absolutely insane. I love that. I love that gypsum design. I can imagine our client laying down and getting to look at this. Of course, we're gonna have lighting fixtures all around to enhance the experience of this room and set an ambiance, but I think that is going to be such a great focal point for like getting your mind calm. Because when you see things that are done to perfection, there's a way that just gives your heart joy and makes your mind feel like, okay, all is well, all is well. So now we're gonna continue on. We have this full wall glass door experience out onto the balcony. Let's take a step outside. Plenty of scaffolding, but we can get a glimpse on what's going on here in terms of views. So much greenery. It's spacious enough to have a seat or two out here. Just have a cup of tea in the morning or read a paper or just relax before you go and conquer the day. I always say this, it's great places to relax before you go outside and conquer the day and deal with the kids and deal with whatever is waiting for you downstairs. This will be just a great place to kind of set the pace for your day. Now going back inside, just close that up. There we go. We're gonna now go into yet another entrance. And I love that in this house, I have to stop multiple times. I just be like, can you tell what's gonna be here? Another pocket door, of course. You're gonna have a pocket door. It's just a great way of saving space. And I just think it's also adds a touch of luxury. Instead of like swinging your doors, you're just sliding them open and close. And it's such a seamless transition. And you can see, talk about seamless transitions, the tiles are continuing. We have the gray tile with the white marbling on it into this space that is going to be the walk-in closet. Guys, I've told you time and time and time again, moths and cockroaches and like mites, they love a musty, dark space. So when you're designing your walk-in closets, don't think, we don't need much light. I'll just turn on the light. I know. We're like, we'll just turn on the lights. No. Have a big window because it provides natural light and it provides ventilation, and that's really, really good for your clothes. When you're building your dream home, you're going to be accumulating things you love because this is your forever home. You don't want that expensive coat you bought while you were in Paris getting eaten by moths because whoever designed your house did not think, hey, how will not having a big window that provides a lot of ventilation, natural lighting affect the clothes of my client? Now, if you're working with Fine Urban, we're thinking about things like that. So no mites, no roaches, no moths will feel comfortable in this walk-in closet. And of course, all the materials we're going to select to customize this walk-in closet are going to be long-lasting. Remember, we're building homes that are meant to last years and years and years to come. We love our clients, and we never want to see them again. In terms of, we don't want to see them again calling us to be like, there's an issue with my house, so we have to make sure everything is perfect by the time we're handing it over. So now we're walking into the master bathroom. Yet another pocket door will be here for another seamless transition. This is bare bones. Bare bones. There is not a lick of tile on this floor or wall or anything. It's bare bones, and it makes me really excited because I know when it comes to the tiling that Fine Urban does, especially in master bathrooms, there's a house currently in Tattoo City. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch it. The bathroom is jaw-dropping. And I keep thinking of different bathrooms we've done in other projects. Like there's one that we did in in Room to Gardens, they had a whole like plant wall in there. Insane. And I'm also thinking of another one that's in Ridgeways that's being built out right now that also has some really exciting features. So when I'm in a bathroom like this, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see the fixtures, the fittings, the tiles, how the overall design is going to be once this bathroom is done. So let's look at what we can see at this stage. Looks like we're gonna have a his and hers sink there, so meaning our vanity wall is gonna be on that side. Here I can see something that looks like where we're gonna have the shower. I can also see a hole in the ceiling, which usually means we might have a rainfall shower situation. Looks like we're gonna have the toilet bowl over there, which means we have one of those mysterious provisions that we saw downstairs. I think at this point you guys can guess what is going to be in that corner. Shall I tell you? Now I think I'm going to leave you guys to guess. What do you think that provision is for? Let me give you a couple of hints. Obviously, the placement of it is very close to the window. And if you've watched our channel long enough, what do we love putting next to the windows of our the bathroom? Let me know. Now speaking of window, frosted for privacy as well, really big. Oh, I don't want to push that just in case this scaffolding out there that I bump into. But yeah, nice big window, plenty of lighting, but there's so many more exciting things to come in this magnificent house. I hope you guys have really enjoyed just touring and seeing the movement, the ease of it, the light, the scope, the beauty at even the stage, the tile selection that's coming in, the dimension, textures, colors that are really starting to bring this house to life as I'm walking through the gypsum designs. It's magnificent. That's all I can say. When Fine Urban is designing your house from scratch, this is the kind of craftsmanship and workmanship that you should expect. This is the sense of luxury that you should expect, and consideration, care, and love poured into your property, because I've always said this, and this is why I really enjoy working for this company for as many years as I've worked for it. Every time I'm touring a house, I can feel the passion that has gone into it from our lead designer and from all our experts, making sure that each and every step is going to be the ultimate luxury and comfort to each one of our clients. So let's go and wrap this up. So for the exterior, Fine Urban is also working its magic. And I'm gonna take a moment before we get into anything else to just highlight that we are staying true to our Going Green initiative, which means that even on this property, we're going to ensure that we're putting in as much greenery as possible. So at the moment, there's a lot of work going on, but even in the hedges, I can see there's some trees already in, but we have a lot of rubble as well. But be rest assured that everywhere that you can see, especially where I'm standing, where we have the red sand, there's going to be a role that is going to be played purely by the plants. Now, we can get into everything else, right? Of course, we're gonna need to consider parking spaces. You guys know we love our Cabra work, but the things that I'm really excited for that actually still play into that natural, you know, kind of feel is the water feature, a classic Fine Urbanism. We love adding water features. It is an auditory experience, a visual experience. It makes an environment feel serene, so serene. So of course we have it here right in the center of the property. And then now we can start looking at the house itself from the exterior. We saw glimpses, but from outside, when I step back, I feel like I get the most gorgeous view. We appreciate how a house looks up close and on the interior, but we also really appreciate how the house looks as you step outside. It is gorgeous. I am seeing the molding all around the windows. It is so impeccably done. I can see the pillars at the entrance with that archway. I can see just how all the shapes and sizes really play into each other, and how the windows upstairs have also been shaped to kind of play into the overall feel of the facade. There's incredible symmetry, and it is a spectacular view. I could stand here and I'm sure I'd discover like at least 100 more things. Even now, as I'm speaking, I'm looking at the corners of the houses. There's molding work that's just kind of melted into the overall design. The house is incredible. It does truly feel palatial. But we've also added an extension over on this side. So we have this thing that juts out. I'm sure it has like a name. Is it? I don't know. Like it's a covering of some sort. When we were inside, we got to go on top, and you could actually see that that is a leisure area, but down here it is going to be a parking space. You can never have too much parking, especially in your dream home. You want a space for your cars, but also enough space for your loved ones. So we thought having an extra parking space that also just adds so much oomph to the overall design of the house was such a perfect idea. So that's what that serves. Now I actually want to get closer to the house. There's a feature I really appreciate. Of course, we have these huge windows at every angle, and I've always said when you're working with Fine Urban, it's a 360 experience. That means every corner of your house, not only from the inside but also from the outside, is going to be absolutely seamless. So you can see even on the side of the house, the windows continue in their dimensions and with that one-way glass. But this feature is what I'm most excited about. I always talk about how Fine Urban is always looking into the future. We want to create classic designs, things that will age gracefully, age like wine and not age like milk. We want our clients to feel like their houses are still they're still chic, they're still classic, years and years to come. So we really consider that in how we design the facades, because that's the first thing you're going to see. That's what most people are going to see who are not going to get into the property, but also just within your own compound, you want to have, first of all, privacy. That's why we have the one-way glass all around, and then we all know the effect that glass gives to anything. There's just something that feels ultra modern about having glass. So having almost an entire wall just going all the way up, full of glass in such a seamless way, and then framed by our classic molding designs, I don't know how much better it could get, but this feature, I just wish all this stuff was in here so you guys could see it in its full glory, but it is so stunning even at this stage. And I want to tell you guys, there's so much to this house that we have not explored. There's so much back there that I wish I could access. There's stuff inside that I wanted to show you, but all that is coming very, very soon. For anyone who might be thinking, hey, I want to work with Fine Urban. Okay, you've sold me. I want you to build my house. I just want to give you an idea apart from what we've seen in the house, like in terms of timelines, what can you expect from Fine Urban? So to build from scratch, I had a really long chat with a lead designer, and I was like, give me an honest estimate. How long would it take if I gave you a piece of land to build a house for me that is my dream home, that has all the classic Fine Urban touches, you know, things like gazebos and your outdoor spaces and your mega mansion? And he said, truly, if we're agree on a pace to work, it will be done in as quick as 6 to 8 months. And you could get to a stage like this where your house, all that's left to do is have the tiling, finish up some of the gypsum, bring in the paint guys, and you can almost start tasting how it would feel like to live in your dream house. So if you're thinking about it, if you've been wondering where to turn, guys, pick up your phones, go on your laptop, leave us an email, give us a call, and we will be ready to come there, consult, answer all your questions, and we can get on the journey to building your dream home.